doing well out there. Back here with another NBA offseason guide for you. In this one, we're talking about the Indiana Pacers, who have been in somewhat of a rebuild since they lost Victor Oladipo several seasons ago. Things didn't quite work out with Domantas Sabonis and Miles Turner together. But now the Pacers have their foundation set and have their eyes set on the draft. Now that foundation currently consists of Tyrese Halliburton, Miles Turner, and Benedict Mathurin. Now, the story here is Tyrese Halliburton was an all-star last year, and when he was healthy, this was looking like a playoff team, at the very least, a play-in team. You had Benedict Mathurin, who was looking like a Rookie of the Year candidate early on, but then in sorts fell back to earth. Still a very productive season for Mathurin last year. 16.7 points, 4.1 rebounds, 1.5 assists. You had Miles Turner, who averaged 18 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 2.3 blocks. But again, the story here was Tyrese Halliburton, who only played 56 games and averaged 20 points and 10 assists. Not to mention the 1.5 steals. Outside of that foundation, you have arguably the best bench in the NBA based off production alone, which that group is obviously led by T.J. McConnell. Got Aaron Nesmith, Andrew Nembhard, Jalen Smith, as I mentioned McConnell, Chris Duarte, and many others here that are going to help the Pacers in production off their bench next season. That doesn't include any guys that they may add in the free agency period this next season or even in the draft, which they have 3 firsts and 2 seconds, and we'll get to those in just a little bit. But nonetheless, this was a fun team to watch. They just need to taste the playoffs, which it was looking like they were going to do. And Kevin Pritchard has said that it is something that he is willing to make a commitment at doing. So, with that being said, there's a couple of storylines here heading into the offseason. Buddy Hield could get an extension at some point, which, based off of last season, he has earned it. He finished second in the NBA in three-pointers with 288, which is a Pacers franchise record. And he ranks 29th in NBA history with 1,705 three-pointers. But even he has yet to taste a moment of the playoffs. Pritchard said he deserves it. He's just everybody's friend. He shoots by himself every single day. He loves the game, has a deep passion for the game. That's the kind of guy that you want on your team. But he's under contract for 1 more season, so there's no real rush to get him that extension right now. The Pacers have their own free agents this year. O'Shea Brissett, James Johnson, George Hill, all guys that are unrestricted free agents and will become free agents this offseason. Pritchard is going to take time with the decision of whether or not to re-sign them. Those decisions will be heavily influenced by the draft. So as I mentioned, this team has their eyes set on the draft. So let's talk about what this team has. They've got a 6.8% chance at the number 1 pick. But altogether, 3 first-round picks, 2 seconds. With those seconds, you've got Houston's, which currently it is top 2 protected. So if it is either 31 or 32, it belongs to Indiana. But if it is 33 or lower, then Indiana will lose it and it will become Houston's. But you've also got Miami's, which is currently slotted to be in at 51. So if you lose that number 31 or 32 second round pick from Houston, then that second round pick that you get from Miami is going to be the one that you keep. But if you get Houston's, then you'll trade that one away. You could eventually package 2 of these first round picks, probably the later ones, for either a top tier guy or even a earlier first round pick. You've got some cap flexibility, $30 million right now. Halliburton is extension eligible. He'll most likely get the max at 5 years, $204 million. And he'll join some elite company with Paul George. So, with that being said, the draft picks and the cap space are what the Pacers have to work with. And Pritchard did mention that he is open to other significant moves, because this is a team that, yes, while they were fun to watch this last season, they could always use some more young talent and even some veteran guys that might help develop these young guys into stars in the NBA. But it's a roster that already includes 9 players 25 or younger. And Pritchard doesn't think he needs 5 more in the same age range. So you're probably not going to end up keeping all 5 of those draft picks. Maybe keep 1, maybe keep 2 or 3. All depends on what Kevin Pritchard wants to do. But this is a team that will most likely get to the playoffs, at least the play-in, next season. So with that being said, thank you for watching this video. Once again, my name is Dacota Haynes, saying so long, until the next one.